Okay, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we are going to learn how to restring a guitar. Thank you very much for coming to the channel, by the way. If you do want to learn guitar, this is the channel where we learn guitar, and we learn how to play guitar, and we learn how to have fun with the guitar during the learning process. Thank you so much for coming by here. If you want to follow the page, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, so you can get started on your guitar musical journey. Today we are going to be using the D'Addario guitar string. This is a phosphor bronze. It's a very light gauge. I don't usually play on the light gauges, but yeah, I've had a change of heart, and right now I feel like playing on the high strings. On very light strings, I mean. This is a guitar tuner. This is a guitar peg tuner, and it helps take out the pegs on the end of the guitar. I'll show you very shortly, and you're going to need a wire cutter. Just these three basic things is what you basically need. This makes your life so much easier when it comes to tuning the guitar, because there's so much slack, right, on the guitar when you're about to tune it. And this helps the process go so fast. Believe me, it does. Okay, let's get this started. This is my guitar. It's the Takamine G series. I've had this baby for quite some time. It's a really nice guitar. I love her a lot. This is where we're going to start here. I have my guitar stand here, so I'll be able to do all this with ease. First step you're going to want to do is to tune down your guitar all the way. Tune all the strings down all the way. Don't give any chance for any tension to be there. You want to turn it down all the way. So that's what we're going to do right now. And make sure it's actually going down. Like you can hear it actually detuning. Because the last thing you need is a guitar string popping in your face. That is not fun. I've almost had that happen to me a couple times, straight into my eye, very close to my eye, and almost losing an eye. Trust me. You want to tune it all the way down. Make sure it's going all the way down, so you don't hear that instant tune accelerating up. And you just hear it just like this, tuning all the way down. Just don't hold it like the way I'm holding it. You're going to want to have it laid down somewhere. I have a lot of experience on this, and I want to have this really close up to the camera so you can see it. So this is the way I'm doing it. But what you need to do is just to have it laying down on something. And while you're loosening this, you want to loosen it all the way where it has just enough slack where you can scoop this over, so you don't have to just keep loosening this to get the whole string off of it. See how easy that is? And then just pull it straight through. Now me, I wouldn't take each one out individually right after I'm pulling them out. I would just basically take this piece of string here, let it lean over, just let it hang, and then repeat the same process on the other strings here.
Listening? Yes, I am. I'm listening to this one.
Okay. As you can see, they are all off now. Totally off. It's just dangling right there, literally right there. This is really dirty, actually. It's about time I clean her up a bit. I would highly suggest, if your guitar has a lot of dirt buildup on the neck, to just give it a nice wipe down so it looks nice and clean, and it's actually a bit easier to play. Now, this is where this thing comes in handy. This baby here is a tuning peg. We're going to take the tuning peg now. Got this from Long McQuaid. I think it was like $4 or $5. We're going to take this and then gently scoop it underneath this tuning peg right here. This little opening right here. Scoop it underneath. See how easy it is? And then just pry it out. See how easy that was? So simple. As opposed from you trying to get like a nail, a penny, and just potentially scratching your guitar and potentially ruining your guitar. You don't want that. So we're going to do it again. Same process. That's done. We have all the tuning pegs here now. Look at that. Nice and simple and easy. And the guitar is basically naked at this point. I'm going to take a rag and slowly wipe these down. I love this guitar so much. I would highly suggest using a damp rag. A damp rag, not like a very wet rag, as that will not be good for the guitar. I'm going to take this and just slowly clean this down. It's going to be like a fast motion for you because I'm going to speed it up for the video. Okay, now that that's done. Oh, a really cool way to take care of the old strings is to basically bundle them up all together. You're going to want to bundle them all together like so. And then turn it into a ball. Kind of like you're taking a patch cord and you're done with your patch cord with your guitar amp. And you're just putting it into not a ball but a circle. And then you're going to take one end and scoop it through continuously until there's no more slack on the guitar string. Till there's literally no more slack. Don't pay attention to the F sharp and the B. Those are for if you have more like an 8-string guitar. We are just dealing with the E, A, D, G, B. So the brass color is the E string. We're gonna get that one first. Oh, I don't want to tear this up because I want to be able to see the colors there. So I'm just gonna break it from the top here. There we go. As a beginner, make sure if you have something like this, not to tear it where you won't be able to see all this stuff, because it will literally mess you up in the long run. Okay, this one I believe right here is the 5th string, so this one's going to go on right after. We're just going to put this down. Just lay it across right here, put it down. I'm going to move this rag out the way actually. We're going to put that there. Now, these tuning pegs don't need any in particular order to go back in. They can literally go in whatever socket you want. And what you're basically going to want to do is basically put this in first and then cup this right over it when it goes in that hole. That's basically all you want to do. So we're going to put this in first. And then you're going to cup this in. Like so. You're going to want to take this right here, find the hole of the guitar, oops, and then slip it right through this hole right here. It's really easy to line it up on a 90 degree angle to the string, so it makes it fairly easy rather than having to scoop around, you know what I mean, at a different angle. That makes it so insanely hard. Not insanely hard, but complicated. Now what you want to do before you start tuning this, you don't want to pull it all the way, because if you pull it all the way, you're barely gonna have any room to tune your guitar. Like, you see that? There's so much tension right there. You're barely gonna have any room to do that. So what you want to do is give it some bit of slack where you can literally see this part of the guitar with an arc, you know what I mean? Like the string can arc a little bit. You want to give a little bit of an arc for the guitar, so it has some slack, so when you're tuning it, you don't pop a string right away. Okay, now we're going to tune this. Always make sure you're tuning the right way, by the way. So you're going to want to make sure it's going on the left side for the left side, and then opposite for the other side. I wouldn't worry too much about trying to get this in the little peg there. Just keep going until you know it's about to tighten up. Actually, I'm going to want to give this a little bit more slack here. All right, there we go. Oh, I wasn't even using this. It's because I've been playing guitar for so long. I just know how to do it with my fingers. Just gonna put this in here. Watch how easy this is. Look at that. So much easier for what I was doing before. This is actually a perfect example. So much easier. You see that? Look at that. So easy. But before I tighten it all the way, this is the juice. This is the icing on the cake that you gotta know. All right, you see how we have enough slack here? We need to loosen the tension in the actual string before we tune it so it's easier. It's easier when you're playing as exactly when you put new strings on there. It makes it a lot easier because when you put new strings on there and you don't stretch it out to release most of the tension, as soon as you start playing after you initially tune it, it will go out of tune because most people skip this step right here. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that this is in place and don't tug hard, but you see where my finger is, my left hand is? You're going to want to do this all the way up the guitar. You know what I mean? But always make sure that you have a finger down here in front of your right hand or vice versa, so you don't pop out anything at the front of the guitar. So you're going to want to do this the whole way through. See this? Whole way through. See that? Like that. You hear that? Do you hear that a little bit? If you listen carefully, you'll hear the string making a pitch sound. And that's how you know the guitar is losing a lot of tension. You're going to want to do this a little bit, but don't tug too hard, because if you tug too hard, you may potentially break your string. Now, with that being said, you might still have to tune it after you're done initially tuning it, but not as much as if you were not to do this practice right here. So now we're going to tighten this up, and I want you to repeat the same thing for every string. We basically took all the strings, we strung it. As you can see here, all the strings are on now. I stretched them out like I told you prior to this moment, and now we're going to take the wire cutter right here and gently remove all the excess string here. Go as close as possible to the end of the guitar. Yep, and cut it off like that. Very simple. And then just basically repeat the process. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to learn how to tune your guitar, I have another video on that. Just check it out. The link should be right there at the bottom. Peace, have a good day, and good playing.